Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to My Time to Journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Before we get started, a little bit of spring around here. This was up at the rec center where I do my art on Mondays and Tuesdays. And these are the rhododendron bush in our backyard by the water. Beautiful. It's starting to pop open. I really like that one. This is the house from down at the water. There's a little dog up there. And there he is. That's the Holy Terror. That's Gunner. Good morning. Good morning. Day 2 of our National Geographic journal, where I'm using prompts from pieces and places and parts of this magazine. And today we're going to use this form of a layout and go from there. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I have day 1 where we used this page as our layout. And it's going to probably take a gargoyle turn because there are gargoyles in this edition. And I kind of have started with that thought process. These are a bunch of printables that I have. Some I made, some I purchased, some are from Procreate, of the 2 people that I whatever you call it, are on their Procreate pages. Some I've made in Procreate or Patreon and Procreate, different places. This is not supposed to be in here. This is not a printable. Some of these are things that I have made. Like that's a kind of a collage with blues and greens. In fact, I'm going to hold this out because I have a blue and green page that I want to kind of replicate. This would be a great background. But then I make photocopies of these and use them over and over again. Jelly plates. Painting on magazine pages, which I love to do because I love to hear that. Procreate. What's the color combo here? Color combo really doesn't... Oh, it's white. Okay. Really dictate this to me, but I do want to use like the blocks and the lines that the graphic artists or whatever for National Geographic used. Ooh, this is a bunch of old texts. I could use this. Let's hold that out. Here's another blue and green one. My stomach is growling again. I love using Indian rugs. I love the graphicness of them. Here's a good light one. This has got a bunch of different things in it. It's a possibility. Here's another background. May not work because it's a little bit too spare, I think. This is a page I made. This is a photocopy of something from Pinterest. Oh. I think this was a picture of a painting I took at a museum in Myrtle Beach. But I'm not using it for resale. I'm using it for me. This is fabric scraps. This is one I did, which I still love. And it's interesting because... Was this a photocopy of this? Might have been, but it brought out more blues. I can't remember which one I did. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what? This is speaking to me. Don't use that one. This is just my background. Now, I have filing cabinets and stuff for all this, but, you know, usually doesn't end up where it's supposed to be. let's get to the right page. So we just are going to use this page, but we're going to spread it over a 2-page spread in my journal. So things are going to go sideways. Like this might be the spread. On the trail of, this is the article title, On the Trail of Julius Caesar. Well, I could put on the trail of the missing gargoyle. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll divide my pages with these lines. Oh, my stomach is growling. Sorry, I'll try to talk over it. Put a G here for gargoyle. And see what happens. I think I am going to use this as my, because this will be like mysterious. Trail of the missing gargoyle. Let's get started. Okay, so here we go. Me attaching the background. That is one I made on Procreate that's got a couple, I think, other backgrounds underneath it. And then I went in with one of the paintbrushes on Procreate and did those green circles and stacked them. I was in a stacking mode for a while. Not so sure that's gone away, actually. I don't know what it is about stacking stuff. And I said I was going to do the magazine, lay it sideways and and go from there. I didn't. Future me says you didn't do that. But I'm trying to now get my lines lined up and now I had to do this with the magazine here so that I got it right going from start to front. Okay. So we're on the trail of the missing gargoyle. Now y'all might think I'm a nutcase, which I might just be. And yes, Curti, I could be using Amy Tangerine stamps. I will before the video's over, or the journal's over. But for right now, I kind of wanted bigger letters, and that blue stencil is a child's puzzle that had foam letters that you could punch out. And I think our granddaughter had it, and I kept it. I'm trying to keep that square blocked so that there's a little tiny circle up in that left corner. Yeah, this is the child's toy right here, and it has good 1.5 to 2 inch letters, but those were actually too big for this section. So I don't know where this stencil came from, honestly, but I am using it. And luckily I have 2 drawers labeled stencils, and most of my stencils are in there currently. But yes, I will use Amy Tangerine stamps later. Those of you that have been here for a while know that I love Amy Tangerine's font, and I have 2 stamp sets of her fonts because I lost them at one time. And I ordered another set, and no sooner did I receive that set, I found the other set. So luckily, I have a set for the beach and a set for here. And we go back and forth in the winters. We have a beach house, and we stay there in the winter. And up here at our house, our regular house, whatever you want to call it, the rest of the year. And that's just in the last couple of years. We just bought this beach house like 3 years ago. So anyhow, this is me stenciling letters here and trying to come up with a title that says On the Trail of the Missing Gargoyle. And trying to fit the letters in there because they're a little bit too big, actually. So I'm trying to get little letters squished in and little words, in other words, on the, of the, those kind of letters. I did little tiny handwritten, and this is me drawing a big G by myself. Woohoo, look at me. Don't listen to me, I'm silly. Anyhow, so I just had a coughing spell, so now I forgot what I was saying. I'm getting all the little bits and pieces in, and future me, who is editing this many hours later because I had somewhere to go this afternoon, is now knowing that I sort of made an outline for the story while I was eating lunch. So I might have a little bit better plan going forward than I do when I was making this spread. And there's quite a few new people here, and just to let you know, um, I don't always know what I'm doing when I do it because I like the spontaneity and I like the intuitive process of the paper dictating the story or the prompt dictating the story or whatever. I don't like to plan out my stuff. And I say that over and over because I think it's very important from my point of view on how I journal. Um, and I'm not trained, I'm not anything. I'm just little old me in my little craft room having a grand old time and enjoying the video recording process also and using that as part of my creativity and loving it. And so this is what I do. So don't go by me. I don't know what I'm doing. I never have a plan. Um, I'm usually not able to find an art supply that I want to use at that moment. It could range the gamut of things, but I do have fun. And today, coming up with a story about a missing gargoyle while I'm making a journal out of a National Geographic, to me is fun. And I can't wait to do some more. So as I go through here, admittedly, this stencil is very thin and flimsy, and I got a couple letters off kilter, but in the end, I'm happy with it. And um, the right hand corner should have a story filled in or part of the article filled in, but I didn't at that time know what that was going to be. So I have a little bit of stuff in my head now and a little bit of stuff written down. When I do the stories, I say I don't plan, but when I do stories like this, I kind of, for my own self preservation, have to have a little bit of an outline going, and I don't know the details of it usually. I kind of just go with the flow. This is me adding a little bit of a Stabilo All pencil, which is one of my favorite all-time tools, and loving that and how the G stands out for gargoyle. I think I'm going to stop right there. I added a little gold shimmer, so there might be gold throughout this journal. Just enough to kind of spark it around a little bit. I do like this. I'm glad I did it on this kind of paper, even though theirs was white, because it's adding to the allure. Is allure the right word? It's adding to the mystery, to me, of the dark, deep dungeons that we're probably going to have to go in. This is not the right color. This is not National Geographic yellow. This is National Geographic yellow. Yes. Okay. I'm going to take these two off. Can I get them off? Ooh, that one's stuck pretty good. That's okay. I'm going to cover it up. It won't matter. And I wish, really and truly, I have a Posca pen, but I just don't have good luck with any white pens. Probably because I'm not patient enough. And this just adds to the effect and the authenticity of the what am I trying to say? Project of me copying, not copying, but using these as prompts. Yeah, that's better. And right here, I need to start my story, but I don't have that in my head yet. Nothing like starting without all your props. Oh, that's so much better. Yes. It even kind of brings out the gold in the light. I can see it. Now, is it too soon to try to do this? Most likely. I'm going to regret that. I'm going to make another line. Now, I will let you know, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and coming home Sunday afternoon. But I'm going to film ahead. I don't film ahead. My filming schedule is the day before this comes up. I film in the morning of the day before and edit it and everything. And it comes up the next day. Mainly because it gives me a purpose for the day, theoretically. It gives me, that got dirty a little bit. It just gives me a purpose, and that's just the way I work. It's always worked for me. Let's get rid of all this little stuff. A messy room doesn't bother me. These little pieces of paper on my desk bother me terribly. It's so funny. My husband, he has his bathroom and I have my bathroom. And his bathroom is messy. And I come in there and organize it all and clean it up. And he's like, hold on. This bothers you, but that room doesn't bother you? No. This is the sign of a genius. I'm being sarcastic. I don't find myself very much of a genius. Okay. It's so funny, though, when we were sharing the same bathroom, which we've been married for 26 years, been together 30 almost. And we just went separate bathrooms like 2 years ago, maybe. Anyhow, which is fine because now he entertains the dog. The dog drinks the shower in the tray of the slider glass doors while he's in the shower. Probably shouldn't have told you that. Anyhow, I used to get upset if he left the lid off the toothpaste. All of that to say. And he's like, that bothers you, but that room doesn't bother you. Nope. So, okay, here's where our page. And we pretty much got it. G for gargoyle. We got it good enough for me. I'm not going to put volume because I don't know if this will turn into another story later in life. But I like that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with what are we doing tomorrow? Ooh, lines. Now, we already found that paper. Digging for the first day's paper. Somewhere in here. I pulled it out already. Oh, here it is. This was from another magazine somewhere. Probably Architectural Digest, but this is going to be the basis of our journal for tomorrow. And there's little wording. First came the rescue, now the restoration. Well, that doesn't apply to us. I have to come up with a title for the little blip of that part of the story. But I'm just going to stick this in here so I don't lose it. And have fun with that. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.